You know, for over 11 years, Little Diva's balloon decorating has turned events into experiences, and celebrations have been turned into parties. Let Little Divas worry about making your event the best that it can be while you relax and enjoy it. Any event you can imagine: birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, family reunions, graduations, celebrations of life. Any event that you can possibly imagine, Little Divas can bring it to life. They specialize in balloon sculptures, cake table archways, and doorway arches. Get a hold of Little Divas right now and make your celebration, reunion, or business function one that people will never forget. Call 606-791-5616. That's 606-791-5616. Or visit them on Facebook.com/Little Diva Party Decorations and see for yourself. Of course, delivery is always available for a slight additional charge. Little Divas, it's where memories begin.
The following is a production of Sloan Studios. You know the podcast. Now it's time for the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings, a unique look inside the world of the Mountain Mysteries. This is where you learn a little more about the Mountain Mysteries episodes and come together to talk. It can be intense, it can be goofy, but it's always fun and mostly always interesting, even if you're rewatching Chris make a fool out of himself. Viewer discretion is always advised.
It's all about love and connection. You know who that sounds like?
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of a little bit shocking.
And I could see a figure, an outline, and it stood right there at my door and wouldn't come through.
Hey, this is Stacia Underwood Gullett.
I'm Josh Preston.
This is Amanda Collins.
I'm Dave Newsom, and I'm listening to these Mountain Mysteries.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call. 'Cause I will be the last to fall.
With over 24% of the 1.9 billion square acres in America alone, the mountains that so many people call home are also host to some of the most incredible mysteries in the world. The missing, the murdered, strange creatures, unexplained lights, and sightings of unidentified objects. These stories may be strange, they may be sad, they may be odd, but they are mysterious. These are the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. And now, live from the Pantry Studio, broadcast to all time zones around the world, with listeners of the podcast in the United States, Canada, Germany, Norway, India, the United Kingdom, and more. These are the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. Now, your host, Chris Sloan.
Thanks so much for being a part of the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. I'm Chris Sloan, of course, co-host. Stacia Underwood Gullett will be joining here in just a few moments. Before I get to what I want to get to at first, I want to get your attention right out of the gate, right off the bat with something. A really good friend of mine contacted me. I want you to look up here in this corner and see this picture. You see her? Have you seen her? Nobody else has either, since 2019. We're looking for her. Her family is looking for her. Real briefly, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and then I'm going to bring Stace on. I received an email from her cousin Ashley. The family has been, I guess the only way I can think of it is torn to pieces, and has been since this has happened. Her name is Krista Nicole Garrett. She was born on the 25th of September, 1986. She's about 4'11", 95 pounds, blonde strawberry hair, green eyes, and got a small scar mark on her forehead. She's got some tattoos in the name of Charlie on her left neck, excuse me, and a frog on her left foot and a butterfly on her right shoulder. Now, physically, she was last seen physically August 30th, 2019. She was wearing jeans, an orange or / red t-shirt, white Nikes, and believed at first to be at the Marathon gas station on 114, which is headed out on the Parkway, like you're headed towards Salyersville. But there's no proof of that. But it's also thought that it was actually at the Tiger Mart gas station on 23, which is in the southbound lanes if you're in Floyd County. Just about everybody knows where that at. But there is eyewitness proof that she was seen there. Now, Ashley's Krista's cousin. She's got a lot of great memories of Krista when they were kids. And, of course, as things happen, people go their own separate ways throughout adulthood. But that doesn't mean that we quit loving each other. It doesn't mean that we quit caring about each other, right? There's not a lot of information to go on. And I'm reading through this. It doesn't take long. And this is, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's sinuses. And yeah, I feel fall coming. But it doesn't take long, and I don't know why the hell this is, but it doesn't take long for flyers that family members put up to disappear. I say I don't know why that is, but I have a really aching suspicion I know why that is. Because somebody don't want to talk about this. Somebody doesn't want anybody else to know what they know, and there are people out there that do know. Oh, yes, they know. Well, through a very good buddy of mine, we are going to do, hopefully, an episode on this, and it's going to be quite the episode. We are going to talk to people. We're going to see if we can find people to talk to that may know something about this. What happened? Where is she? Who's responsible for what exactly? And why is it that somebody that would know something won't come forward? Well, these are questions that I ask all the time. These are questions I asked started back on March 25th of 2020, 21, when the first episode dropped with April Pennington. Why in the hell, if somebody knows something, will they come forward? Well, there's several reasons for that. Well, we don't want to get involved. Okay, you don't want to get involved in helping to put a grieving, scared family, bringing them some peace, or maybe even saving somebody's life if she's still alive, which I pray to God she is. Let's see, we go on down through here. It was at the end of August when she was last heard from, and it was a phone call in October that she made. Now, I'm not going to get into a great deal of specifics about what the phone call was over. I'm hitting the facts, and I've got her picture posted right up there. You see that? You see her. In hopes that maybe somebody somewhere has seen her, because this thing goes around the world. Now, it wasn't unusual for Krista to come and go. Her name, again, was Krista, okay? And her last name, Garrett, Krista Nicole Garrett. But it wasn't unusual for her to come and go, so people really didn't think too much about it when they hadn't heard from her in a day or two. But as time went on, of course, the family got really concerned. They're trying to reach out to her. They're trying to find out, where are you? What's going on? And they can't get a hold of her. And this has been going on since around 2019. Now, I've read some and I've heard some about her past. And all I can say to that is, guess what? I've got one too. Everybody's got a past. I don't care about the past. I care about the fact that she's a human being. She's missing. Nobody knows what happened to her. I've told that it's likely that not just a person, but multiple people know what happened to her. And I'm begging, if you know, or if you know someone who does in fact know what happens to her or happened to her, please come forward. You can make an anonymous call. You don't have to say, hey, this is Chris Sloan. I know what happened. I've got information about this. You can just make an anonymous call. Don't even give your name. Just say, this is what happened. It would be ideal if you would do that to Post 9 in Pikeville and put them on the track and on a trail of something. Or law enforcement agency, it can be whoever it is. There is a $2,000 reward for information that leads to her direct whereabouts. Again, her name's Krista Nicole Garrett. And you can call Post 9 in Pikeville, 606-433-7711. That's 606-433-7711. Look for an episode on this young lady to come soon. And there's going to be others. Oh, is there going to be others? Good evening, my dear Stace.
Good evening.
I have got to say, Stace and Lloyd, we all got together, what was it, a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I have got to thank Lou, your mom. She found out I was coming, and I guess the last time she'd seen me probably was when we were in grade school together at one of the Christmas party things that we had, 4th or 3rd grade or whatever it was. I don't know. It's painful. And I had this thing every time we had one of these. Lou would bring in these big old cupcakes, and Lord, they were good. And buddy, I'd rush. I would fit to be first in line. I would fight people to get first in line to get one of those cupcakes. So Lou found out I'm coming. And Stace, what does she make? She makes a big sugar-baked ham, brown sugar-baked ham, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't on that table, you didn't want it. And I want to directly thank you and thank your mom for that. It was absolutely fantastic. And there wasn't a second I spent in that home that I didn't feel like I was at home. It warmed my heart, and it made me feel good. And I would love to get your mom on this podcast. Talking about
we need to do that, don't we?
Yes, talking about some of the things that she has experienced in her life living in the mountains. And if you see this little thing zip and zap, that's either George or Gracie. I've got 2 freaking gnats there, and I ain't killed them yet. I'm trying, but they're gnats. And everybody's got them because, I mean, seriously, there was a point back in July I thought I was going to have to get 2 of every freaking creature and build a boat outside and build an ark because it just wouldn't stop raining. And we've had the wettest summer I can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And it's been hotter than the devil's draws. And they see, there they go. I've got them. They're flying. They want to be stars. It's George and Gracie. That's why I call them that. So they're just kind of zipping back and forth. Here I am thinking, I want to get me one of the little fly drop down things or something because they just, despite their best efforts, they refuse to die. And I have to admit, after a week long of binging the Elvis movie and Top Gun Maverick, since it came out on, did you see Top Gun Maverick in theaters?
Yes, we saw it.
Oh man, was that not okay? Was it as good or better or not as good as the first one? What's your thought?
Well, you know, I'm a 80s movie lover.
Me
so
too.
Nothing's going to top Gun 1, but it comes right up there. It was good.
What's
Maverick, better.
Yeah, well,
he says better.
You thought it's better?
He says better.
I'm with you. It's right there or better. I just thought it was great, especially.
It didn't have the volleyball scene. I mean, come on.
Well, they had the football scene in this one, but Tom Cruise walks into the diner after hitting Mach 10 in Dark Star in that jet.
That was great, though.
And he looks around and he just looks at that woman in water. He gets the water, and then he said, "Where am I?" And that kid looks up, Earth, because he's in the pilot uniform. You know, he's a test pilot, of course.
Yeah, it shows a lot of that.
Oh really my God, I just too. And yeah, you wouldn't think Top Gun would have moments you cry, but you know, in the original, you did when Goose died.
Oh my gosh!
Trust me, there's moments in this when you will.
Mm-hmm. Val Kilmer looked pitiful.
God, yeah, but man, there was such a big difference between Val, or Iceman, in the first one and this one. And if you've not seen it, we're not going to ruin it for you, but please watch it. Oh, you will not be disappointed. It was, I see, it's broke box office records worldwide. It even beat out the Avengers Endgame. It made more money. They confirmed it this week. It's beat out Avengers. And I didn't think, I mean, Avengers stomped a hole in Titanic and walked it dry. And I didn't think that would happen. I never
I
thought
love
anything would beat out
Titanic.
Titanic. Yeah, I love Titanic too. I thought it was a great film. But I'm a history. Don't
Me
get me
too.
wrong. The Jack and Rose story was, yeah, it's lovey dovey and all that. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I'll never let go. I'll never let go. What's the bitch do? She lets go. Poof, poof, thump, there he goes. But I've always been fascinated by the Titanic. If you can remember when we were kids, I used to sit in class and draw pictures of that boat. Didn't even know what it was. A psychic, and I do believe she is truly the real deal. Her name is Vashti, or she goes by Vashti. Her name is Kelly. Beautiful, sweet woman. Done more to help me than back just a few years ago than I can imagine. But news flash, I am meeting with her Saturday to come on to the gatherings, the Mountain
Yay.
Mystery gatherings. You guys will hit it off like two peas in a pod
Good.
because she is a very gifted individual and she is publishing a book. I don't want to give too much away, but I hope that she'll talk about that. And I would love her and her husband are just some of the best people that you're ever going to want to meet. They are just fantastic folks, and I love them both dearly. They're family. I made a lot of that when we were doing the internet radio gig. But it's about the same time that we interviewed Lorraine Warren. That's what brought her about. There were several people. She was one, her husband, a fellow named Fred Angel, which was a great guy. And I mean, he could pick up the phone and score interviews left and right. So, but I did want to thank Lou for that wonderful dinner. And we want to talk just very briefly about an episode that's dropping tonight at midnight. It's episode number 63. It's called Bolo. Now, most police officers know what Bolo is. Bolo stands for be on the lookout or be on the lookout. And the reason why we named it this is these are 10 of the unsolved crimes that are probably some of the most haunting in the world. And one of them features the Zodiac Killer. A lot of people say, well, he's still out there. Well, damn, what's he doing? Going around slaying people and 95 years old now?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of doubt he's still alive.
Right.
Or otherwise we would probably know, and thank God that that came to an end. But the fact of the matter is it does feature the Zodiac. It features 9 other cases. Some we've hit on before, some we've not. Like finding severed feet in shoes.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's on there. And the case of a beautiful teenage girl that was abducted and then murdered. And soon you and I and we went, and here's the thing. This is something else I had a real issue finding on Google, because I'll look and I'll do research all over the place for anything I can. And we're getting ready to do an episode on the train crash right by where your mom lives now.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened in the
30s.
And I couldn't find a thing on that thing.
I got it all.
I do appreciate that. So I'm going to have to copy and cheat off of you.
No problem.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. As Mr. Hazlett would say in high school, can we have a little peace in the valley? So yeah, I'm going to be coming and I'm going to be saying
the little cheat sheet.
Yeah. Now we actually went up there.
Yes, we went up there
and encountered on a 90-degree day, a cold spot where the temp dropped, what was it? 10, 15 degrees. Is that correct?
Yeah. It was 100 degrees.
Yeah, it was 100 degrees that day, or right at it, according to the thermometer on the millimeter. Or I'm sorry, it wasn't a millimeter.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, was
millimeter,
okay.
Eddie, I think he had. I can't remember.
Yeah, you put a
we got a
meter in
spot.
my hand. And yeah. And
it spiked 3 times.
Yeah, it spiked.
You can
when there
still
should be no reason for it because there's no electricity anywhere around that spot. It's in a band. Well, it's a place where train tracks run through, and that's about all you got. You got that and gravel. And Lloyd picked up several railroad spikes that I was
all mangled up and burnt and all that. You can still smell it, actually. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
there's been, I think, 5 deaths through there it's never been talked about.
No, and Amanda and I were actually talking about that. Were all 5 of those at the same time, or were they over the course of?
All over, just over the years.
Over the years. Okay, that's what she said, and I wanted to make sure of that. But I remember thinking to myself, that's odd. And it's been pretty much
on the CNO. I'll look through all the CNO archives.
Okay. Well, that's kind of odd, though, isn't it? It's almost like that place up there is, I mean, dare I say it, cursed?
We've lived there all of our lives, And why haven't we heard about any of this stuff?
Yeah. I mean, you grew up there for a large
Mhm.
part on your part, didn't you?
Since
And
I was
then, of
5
course,
years
we
old.
went out to Davis Branch, which is a
Mhm.
lot of people call it Golf Course Road.
Yep.
And in the late 70s, there was a gentleman killed there.
Another
And nobody
unsolved
wants to
murder?
talk about this.
Oh,
Nobody wants to
no.
talk about that. This is it's one of them touchy subjects. So, but we're going to look into that and others. And we've got a lot of stuff coming down the
Oh,
pike.
yeah.
And we're going to do one on the lady that I just saw up on the, that I just posted up on the screen, Krista, who went missing in what was that,
19,
2019?
I think you said? Yep.
Yeah, yeah. George, you're getting on my nerves. Um, I'm telling you, I've done named them George and Gracie. They want to be stars, apparently. I just want to stretch out on the couch and watch Maverick again. That's all I want. But Ashley had emailed me a lot of things. Uh, and in there it talked about Krista having her struggles in life. We all do.
Absolutely.
And addiction is addiction, and that doesn't make somebody a bad person. I have a lot of friends that struggled with addiction and overcame addiction, and some people that still do. It does not mean that they're a bad person. I'm addicted. Addiction is addiction. I got that. I got this. When we're talking about addiction, there should be no class. Addiction is addiction.
That's true.
Some is more dangerous than others. And for the people that seek help, I applaud you. And know that if there's anything I can do to support you morally, support you spiritually, then I'll do that. But everybody's got a past, and I'm not really concerned about her past. I want to know. I want to see if I can help her family, because these seem like good people. And like any other family, they're tore all to pieces trying to figure out. It's one thing to know what happened, and then you can start to cope. But until you know what happened, you are literally in a state of limbo. You're in a purgatory. You're in a hell that you can't escape from, because you ain't got no idea how to even turn on the process to start recovering, to start dealing with things, to begin that healing. And I don't know if it's really a healing as much as it is just learning how to cope with things. But right now, you're just kind of out there hanging. That's why I'm so big on these missing people. The murders are bad enough, but when you get somebody that's missing and you don't know what happened to them, that's tenfold. It's just a different kind of hell. It's a different level. I'm blessed, I mean, I know what took my parents. I know what took some of my friends. But I don't, I can't imagine being where this family is at. She's kind of like, and this is what I told Sarah Teague, which was Heather Teague's mom, episode 25. Heather's been missing since 1995. Presumed past for some, but there's still that little spark of hope that maybe not. And we're going to talk about other things too, including sex trafficking rings. Because believe it or not, it's not just a problem in Las Vegas or California. It's not just a problem in Texas. It's a Kentucky problem too. It's a West Virginia, Tennessee problem. Sex trafficking is going on right here in our own backyard. I've been told that by various police agencies. It's happening right here. Could this be a possibility? I don't know. I pray not. But if there's something that we can do to lend a voice, to it, then we're damn well going to do it. I really believe in that, because this, the gatherings is different from the podcast itself. We can talk about anything. The podcast is kind of direct. Like it says, where true crime meets the paranormal. That's the podcast. The gatherings, we've talked about bullying. We've talked about treating people with respect while they're alive. We've talked about suicide prevention. The biggest thing with suicide prevention is understanding that your current circumstances at this moment are not going to be the same in a month or 2 months or 3 months. The one thing about life that never changes is that things always change. And if you even have that thought, don't. Pick up the phone and call somebody. As far as suicide prevention, and I think that we ran this before right there on the ticker on the bottom, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Call me if you have to. Email me. Get a hold of Stace. Get a hold of Amanda. Get a hold of, any of us. We care enough to say, no, you're worth it. And you are worth it. Anybody, any human being, I think, no matter their mistakes in the past, they have a new way of making things up tomorrow and doing something better. I got this thing at the bottom of my stairs when I walk down and from the bedrooms. It says, be better today than you were yesterday. And it's not just words. It really is something that is something that we should live to. It's something that we should live up to. There's not a thing in this world that with God's grace, his guidance, and with the help of our friends, which is why God puts other people in our lives, that we can't get through. Have I ever been sad enough? Oh, yeah. Have I ever thought about it? No, because my dad would have came back from the other side and smacked the taste out of my mouth. And my mother would have shoved her size 2. She wore size 2 in shoes.
She was tiny.
She was tiny. She was a petite little thing. She would have turned it sideways and stuck it straight up my candy rear end and then made me open my mouth so she could tie her shoelaces. As parents, we want something better for our kids than what we had growing up. But we are really blessed to realize that we had it great growing up. I did. I was fortunate. Stace, I think you did.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of us did. We were broke, but hell, so was everybody else, so we didn't know any better. So, all except Lloyd. He was Richie Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lloyd's over there shaking his head going, I don't know what Lloyd Gullett you're talking about, but it ain't this one. But anyways, with those being said, new episode drops tonight. We go into production at some point this weekend on episode 64. And it's could very well be about Krista, I'm hoping, but I want to talk with her family.
I can't see it.
And I want to bring them on. And then, of course, we're going to deal with that train wreck, which was massive. This was in the 1930s, so you're talking almost 100 years ago, and there is still scorched earth at that location where that train derailed. And why did the train derail? Do you remember that? Why did the train derail?
They said from what sorry, Lloyd was over there telling me what Sharon was sent me a message. They said that when the train was going up so fast, I guess over the rails, that they had packed too much stones at that time underneath the rail at that certain point. So it caused it to come off and then veer down. And then it scalded the man to death.
Okay. All right. Well,
the passengers in the back, they weren't harmed, just the first car. And then he was a fireman.
And his name was
W.D.
Cheap, as in Cheap.
Yes.
W.D. Cheap. And he was a fireman?
Yes. He was a well-known fireman in Ashland.
And he died at the scene.
Family man.
Right there where we stood.
Person. They tried to get him out, and where he was so mangled, all of his bones were just crushed. He looked at him and went, because he knew that it wasn't going to be long for him. And then, I can imagine being pulled out of that wreckage when your bones are all crushed too. You know how much that would hurt. Yeah. So he just looked at him and shook his head.
I had a new viewer and listener ask the other day when I'm assuming that you've got the tools warmed up.
Oh, yeah. The new one.
Oh, tell me about the new one.
This is the flux.
Okay.
And
that's the one that looks like a flux capacitor.
And we can get direct spirit answers from it.
Okay, now tell me how this works.
Green for yes, red for no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They can either come near it.
Well, operating on an assumption that spirit knows what
EMF, it works with EMF and fluctuations in the temperature. This thing is great.
We have some new people that are watching.
Okay.
And one of them is the mom, and she lost her son a while back. His name was Aaron.
Okay.
So with that information out there being said, and I'm operating on the assumption because spirits are people without physical form. That's what, it's they're still people, but and they know things. So if Aaron is watching, we're hoping to have him come through and maybe answer some questions or just communicate in some way, whether it's through the Ovulus, the portal, the flux, whatever it is. But
Yeah,
I
let me
did
put
want
that
to
out
bring
there.
that up front
Aaron,
and
communicate with us
see
when you
what
can
we
hear
can do.
that. The flux.
Yeah. So, okay. So if you're ready to get started with it, so are we.
Okay, we'll get it cranked up and going. I got it turned
Okay.
on. It's been going the whole time we've been talking. So,
Okay.
okay, I'm going to turn it back up and ask if anybody wants to come through and talk to us, that you do it with respect, just like we have respect for you. I also want to warn everybody watching that this is strictly for entertainment purposes, and take from it what you can. If you have any questions, before the show, if there's something that you want to get out there to somebody, just sit down for a little bit and meditate, see what we can do.
Remember, it's all about love and connection, like
It's
Stacia has
all
said
about the love
multiple
and the
times.
light and the connection. If you don't have a connection, then it's not going to work.
And we cannot control who comes through or what is said out of some of these devices.
And that being said, if I do feel like it's something that's going to be hurtful towards someone's family, or it's something that's going to be hurtful towards any of us, then I will turn it off.
Yeah, she'll shut it down right now. All right, Stace, let's get started.
All right. Okay, I've got it turned on. Then anybody that wants to talk to us, I've got it up and going now. Is there anybody out there that wants to make a connection with us? Spirit. Do you have a message for somebody that's in our chat room or that's in our audience that listens to us? If you have a message for them, we can get it to them. Can you give me your name? I think I said Rod or Roger or something, maybe. What's your message? Something a week. Something bound to earth. Sound like what he said. Yes, you can give a message. Sound like I said he's in the studio. Do you have a message for Chris, maybe? Maybe somebody in the chat room?
I'm trying to see if I recognize that tone.
I
Or
heard
that-
Roger, too.
You heard who?
Roger. It's like I said Rod or Roger.
Roger. Drawing a blank.
Is your name Roger? Do you have family in the chat room or friends? I'm Roger or something. Roger, I'm Roger. And one syllable sound like last name. Something maybe my girl. I'm going to open it up again here. Switch it up a little bit. Does anybody else want to come through and talk with us? You? What's your name? I hear 2 or 3 of you in there. Can one come forward, please? Are you in the light? I don't have anybody in the corner. I've just got babies up there. Who asked that?
Ernestine.
Ernestine, there's corner. There's the window.
I had a picture of Krista on the video up in the corner where the gatherings normally rest to remind people of who she is, what she looks like.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
If what?
Ernestine wanted to ask if Donnie is there.
Donnie, are you with us? Can you come through and talk to us? Ernestine wanted to ask if you could. What's your name? Something every night. Do you look in on somebody every night? Is that what you were trying to say? Can you tell me what your name is? You trust my gifts. Sounds like I said a ghost.
Serena wanted to know if her dad could come through.
We have several family members that would like to talk to someone. If you have a message for anybody in our audience, can you come through? Can you tell me what your name is? Something in peace. Do you have a message for anybody here?
Nope.
And Dwayne wants you to know that your granny's here. You know, you came through last time for us for your daddy. Ernestine said it sounds like said there was an accident.
I wonder if it is Mr. Cheap.
I could have swore he just said something about a train. Mr. Cheap, if that's you, can you tell us what happened to you? Something, and that was it. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, if this is you. It's like I said, Bob was around. Something in the steam. Did you hear that?
Steam.
Something. It sounded like it said Samantha and then something in the steam.
Was that a steam train? No, that or would that have been a diesel in the 1930s?
I don't know. I'll have to actually look it up.
Yeah, me too.
Look it up and get that.
More than likely, it was, I would imagine, a diesel, but.
Can you tell me what your name is, or if you're looking for somebody here with us? Can you tell me your name? Are you in the light? Something, I was in the wrong place and I moved. Are you telling us what happened to you? What's your name? Well, it's like Roger again. Do you have a message to get through to somebody?
You know, something I've noticed, and this is for everybody watching, whether you're in chat or not, if you have thoughts of someone or you talk about them and bring up their memories, that empowers them.
Yes.
So if there's somebody out there today that's lost somebody at some point named Roger, maybe you had a thought about Roger today, or maybe you talked about someone named Roger that was a family or a friend, this could be that person. Or maybe we're getting the name wrong, but it does sound like Roger.
I mean, it's plain as and maybe he's looking for somebody named Roger. I'm not. We never know with this. We just try to take it, with what we can get.
Katrina in chat says that her grandfather's name is Roger.
Okay.
So that's possible. Our parents we keep on our mind all the time, and a lot of times we keep our grandparents in our hearts and our mind, and it's not uncommon for them to come up in conversation with friends, family, that kind of thing. So that could be him reaching out.
It says use your gifts. Do you have a message for somebody?
Claudette or
Can I ask for one of you to come forward and give us a name of somebody that you're looking for, or your name? That always helps first. How was it? I'm in the light.
That was cool.
So I'm in the light.
It's true.
Hold me down.
Wow.
Held me down.
Yeah. Do you have a message for somebody? Because I'm here to help you. What's going on? Is there anybody else that wants to talk? Protect you. Did you protect him? Something, Mom. Can you tell me the person's name that you want to talk to? Sounds like he said young boy. Michael, we have 3 Michaels. If you're out there, can you come through? Somebody left the scene. Did somebody leave the scene? Can I just get one at a time, please? Sound like I said they run. Ask what? Spirits, you can also come through the box here and talk with us on the flex. You can give a no answer this way and a yes answer this way. Okay, I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna open up the portal. Anybody want to come through and talk to us?
So if Aaron talks like that, ask if Aaron would come through.
Aaron, could you come through for us, please? Cynthia would really like to talk to you if it's at all possible. Something let me finish. Do you have a message for anybody here? Who's your message for? My niece. That's a name all. It sounded like it said Mama, Mima, something like that. The lady in there.
Odd.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what happened to you? Can you give me your name or someone's name that you want to speak with?
Okay.
They're whispering. It's moving. You can see them. Who do you want to speak with? Do you want to tell us what happened? Something, there's no meaning for it. There's no meaning in it. What's your name? Can you tell us that? I feel like there's so many, it's just hard to. Sounds like it's in Kiss My. Do you have a message for somebody? Did you hear it too?
Yeah, I did. Sounded like it said "kiss my."
It did. You're lucky you're still talking because usually I cut them off.
Don't make me pull a Judge Wapner. One more outburst like that, and you're out of here. Oh wow, man.
I can't see your phone from there, so there's no sense that you turn it around at me. Okay. We'll try to get through to Matthew too. Yeah, if there's anybody that you guys want us to contact, you can put their name up here. Then I'll call them out for you. Your memories? Matthew, if you're out there, we need you to come through for us also. Your mom's here. Dwayne, you also. That makes twice. This came through and said something in person and out.
Weird.
Do you have a message you want me to tell somebody for you?
That was twice that it did that.
So I said it's a go, something like that.
I can't hear.
I know. You can't hear and I can't see.
The perfect couple.
Oh. Okay. If you want me to tell somebody something for you, can you hang around for a second? Tell me what your name is. I'm just going to keep switching the channels on it. Does anybody else want to come through and talk to us? We'll turn it off, turn it back on. There's been so many coming through there, it's slowed everybody else down. Does anybody else want to talk to us tonight? Can you tell me what your name is? It's something about death. Can you give us your name or the name of the person you'd like to speak to? Something with everything in it. Something that's like throw me. Sounds some bullshit.
I thought it said come at me, son.
Can you tell us what happened? You said heard it come at me? Can you give us the name of somebody who did this to you? Can you give me your name?
And she shows up. If you're new to this program, we have a child that comes through quite often, and a beautiful little girl. That's her. Her name is Hannah. She loves animals. She loves puppies and bunnies. And every Thursday, she makes her appearance here and answers questions to some degree, as long as she feels like it.
She's going to do that from now on.
I'm telling you, she is the co-host.
If you want some lovin's, she's got the love.
Ernestine left a message that she steals the show, and she does. She really does.
Cracks me up every time. Yeah. Do you have a message for anybody that's here with us? Love you. And I'll be good. Do you have a message for Miss Bobby? Says I should have loved you.
Are you with your animals, sweetheart?
My bunny. Does he hop? He hops.
I heard her say, yep.
She gets so excited.
She has high energy. She does. She's great.
She answered him directly. Did you hear that?
She does.
I don't tune it down. I don't tune the static out. I just let her go.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. She's going to come through.
Something about the baby sleeps. And the peace. Well, everybody loves you.
We love you, sweetheart.
We're glad that you showed up tonight. I love you. And I'll go home now. I love you all. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh.
She's awesome. I'm going to switch up the opening. I'm going to create a new opening to say, right after it shows Stacia Underwood Gullet, it's going to say, and Hannah.
And the new intro is awesome looking too.
Thanks.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to do this whole Adobe Creative Suite thing. If anybody out there can teach me, I'd really appreciate it.
They did something in remembrance for you. And he said paranormal at the first. That's crazy. Can you tell me what your name is? I heard you try to come through earlier and you left me. Did you have a message for somebody? Almost sounded like he was Irish or something. Something how to deal with it. I heard that. Do you hear that one? How to deal with it. And somebody having problems dealing with your passing. And singing. Can you tell me who your message is for so we can see that they get it? So it says a dad or something maybe. Lord, that one's just as country as they come. What's your name, sweetheart? Do you have a nickname or a name? Matt. I'll let the listeners know that.
His name's Matt.
Do you have a message for somebody here? It wasn't easy. He was very sick. I'm so sorry that you were sick. Charlotte out there. Charlotte, leave, Sharon. Do you have a message for somebody in your family? There she is. Better not. I think we might have your mama in here. Okay. She can hear your voice, yes. Yours is? He won't be hurt. And we'll see them all again. I think he's what he said. I'll let him know that, okay? Something that she seemed like my sis. Are you with somebody who seemed like a sis to you? Take those words and make them into words, okay? Mommy.
I heard that.
Thank you for doing that. That's something that she never got to hear. Something about went up the steps and I died. Did somebody carry you up the steps? I'm so sorry. Well, we're sorry, okay? Thank you for coming through. Anybody else want to come through and talk to us? That's that same one.
Well, this is different.
What's your name? Do you have a message for somebody here? Something about building houses or something? Somebody building a house in your family? Can you tell me your name? It is. Something Henry. Does that voice sound familiar to you, Charlie? Do you have a message for somebody here in the chat with us? Something real serious. Something about life and he left. Something having nightmares. Sound paranormal plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
Said it earlier too, something about the paranormal. Trying to see if he was there for me. That was a sentence. Is there somebody that's in your family that's in the chat? I know you've been trying to get that message across a couple of times now. And I'll try to see if I can figure out what that means, okay? Something that's saying, I hope. Now he's home. Do you have any family that's there with you? Can you tell me who's with you? Something a horse. It's like I said, my horse. You have your horse with you? Something about in the ring. Did you have a show horse? Yeah. If you can take your time and just work with those words, we're here for you. You don't have to get upset at all. Does anybody else have a message for somebody here? said it was a blessing. Can you tell me what your name is or a name of your family member? Can you come through and give us your name? Edward, maybe? Can't tell. I said Edward. I can't really tell that. Ask him if the horse's name was Cheyenne. Can you tell me what your horse's name is? Do you have a message for somebody in your family? Like I said, something I love you. Can you tell me your message? Miss you. Something. Fastest horse. Is she with you now? They want to know some. I love you. That's very clear. Okay, I'll let them know that. Okay. Yes, they will hear you sing. I hope. So they hear me sing. I hope.
Charlie said that Edward is his middle name.
Okay. His horse. Yeah, he said something like they viewed me. Does anybody else want to talk? Want to come through and give us a message for somebody that you love that might be here with us? Or that might be watching us tomorrow or the next day? Hello.
Yep, that was clear.
Two hellos. Can you give me a name or tell me your name? Can you give me the name of the person you're trying to talk to? Ralph. It sounds like 1920s, 30s music. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. We had that last week too.
It sure did. Yes, we can hear you. Dad? Is your dad with you? Can you guys come at me one at a time, please?
Did I hear her say I couldn't take it?
That's what it sounded like to me, too. Can you go let her speak? I was hit. The other one said I fell off. And I was running.
Mm-hmm.
Did they knock you down? Is that what you said? Okay. I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that. Woke me at night, led me out. The noises woke him up. Woke me up, led me out. Or bled me out. I was a nurse.
So something woke her up at night. She went outside to check and let her out or bled her out.
Don't know which one it is. Can you please let the female come through?
The nurse.
I know you said there's all of us. Can you please let her come through and talk? Woke me in.
Yep.
And I lay dead. Something on the rock or something similar. Who's bringing the music through with them? I'm speaking to the nurse. Can you come back and talk to us? Can you tell me your name? Something Shepherd. Something with my neck. That's so strange. Are you telling us what happened to you? Did you hear that? This keeps saying I am one. Unless you're with 11 Lot, you can't come through this machine. I heard you say he broke something. He woke you at night while you were having nightmares?
This is the second time I've heard that tonight. Some 15, maybe half hour ago, 15 minutes, half hour ago.
Definitely trying to get that out.
Not
and
married.
I am one. I don't want to hear that one again.
No.
That was clear as day.
Yep. That's not good.
He's so worn out. Edith, maybe? Makes me so worn out. Are you worn out even now?
I figured if one of the posts is almost like they're trying to keep her to come or stop her from coming.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm gonna go back to. I'll switch back to the channels and see if I can get her back.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm talking to the nurse. Can you come back and talk to me? Can somebody get her for me?
Our music again.
Can you tell me your name? She said, that's me. Can you tell me your name? Can you let her talk, please? Nobody's going to be fearing you. He said, I'm to be feared. I wish there was someone we could help you. I'll be fine. She's trying so hard to tell us something.
It's almost like she's getting blocked at every turn.
She said the same thing again. The noises woke him up. He woke me up.
She keeps saying.
Knocked me out. It's happening all over.
What? Let's see.
I was his girlfriend, she said. That's the thing about it. You never know what you're going to hear.
Well, sometimes we get more questions than we get answers. And I think we've got more questions tonight to solve than we have answers. Who's the nurse? What's the deal with the nightmares that have been a repetitive theme throughout this entire broadcast? Lead out, bleed out. Was she let out? Was she? What happened? What's going on? And whatever it is powerful and strong enough to block her at every turn.
Absolutely.
And something that is really remarkable is the fact that we've only heard from Hannah once tonight. Why is that? When
Could
she
be because
pretty
this
much
strong
told me-
stuff's coming through.
Yes, that's my point exactly. Somebody asks, will you ask if her name was Josie? Yvonne asked that. Was her name Josie? I don't know.
Can you tell me if your name is Josie?
Or Joe Beth.
Or Joe Beth?
Let's
Let
pay
her
close
talk,
attention.
please.
And let's pay close attention to the flux.
It's true. I missed somebody. It was me and another one. I'm in the walls. Something hit her. I lost my eyesight and everything. I told him. Please let her talk. It was night. Can you tell me what your name is to the nurse? I asked for help and something. It sounded like a 2-syllable name. Maybe something with an A. Maybe I'm not hearing it correctly. She got really frantic there for a while she was trying to get her story out, and she was being blocked. It sounded like she was getting really
being
frantic.
shut down at every turn. And why?
I don't know. It's
I mean,
really,
there's
really
something
strange.
still got a hold on this person.
Yep. And then he says, I am one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not ever a thing you want to hear.
No.
The only thing that would frighten me more, the only thing that would make me shake my head a little bit harder is to hear I am Legion or I am something like that.
We
That's
are one.
never a good thing. We are one.
Nope.
And I've been paying especially close attention to that flux back there. And I was hoping that maybe she could use it to answer if she's Joe Beth or Josie. But it's been constant throughout the night. It's been lit and blue. So that's kind of its standby, isn't it?
It's scanning.
Yeah. It's scanning. Okay.
Tell you that it's working. It's scanning.
Okay. So it is scanning. So this is something, folks, that that's a yes or no kind of thing. Although I have thought about putting it in the back of my car and see if I could go back to 1955. So
I'd love to.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to go to the Louisiana Hayride and see Elvis's first performance. So,
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be awesome. Yeah, because I mean, man, Elvis was vicious. He was a killer. So
He was.
he was.
Great.
But
So we got one quick little story. We got another supposed haunted doll in, and this one is supposed to cause people to be very anxious, heart palpitations, all kinds of things. So I'm just going to show it from a distance because I don't want to show it up close because in case it may bother somebody. But this is the doll that we had to remove. She has been blessed. So this is just kind of one of those cases that you take.
Okay, I just got to say I'm getting a factor 10.
Is she bothering you? Lloyd won't be around or he's out.
No, it's not like causing any palpitations or anything like that. I just get that vibe, if you want to say so. Yeah. For all of you guys watching, this happens every Thursday night. This is Stacia has been doing this for years. She does the room that she is sitting in right now. A good part of the dolls you see have an attachment of some sort to them. Some may or may not, but for the sake of, I guess we could say for safety's sake, she has that room blessed. Is it weekly, hon?
Absolutely.
Every week she has this room blessed. I refuse to go into a location that appears to be haunted without her. I will not go. I am not a paranormal investigator. I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. But I love Stace. I love Lloyd, Amanda, and spending time with the team that makes this work, their family. So if, you are the one person I would go into Waverly with.
I'll protect you.
I know it. Because if I go in there, I've got the power of God, protecting me. And I know it's been done right. We've asked for his, I know that we've asked for his blessings and we do this before we ever break open these devices. But every Thursday,
absolutely,
we do this. So for all the new faces out there, welcome. We love you all. We love every one of you. And we thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of this. The purpose of the podcast is to get the names out of the people that we have lost and make sure that they are never forgotten. It's to pay them tribute. It's to pay them honor. The purpose of this is to come together. That's why we call it the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. It's to come together and talk about basically anything and everything. The podcast started, I guess we're 63 episodes deep now. So that's a little over a year minus a few weeks that we missed for various reasons. And if you're new to the podcast, it's on Apple and Spotify and just about anywhere you can find it. But be warned, there's another podcast out there called Mountain Mysteries. We are the Mountain Mysteries. So kind of distinguish that. And you'll see that it was started over April Pennington. It was a girl that I knew in school and loved dearly, still do to this day. And she was murdered. And some people say that that her drowning was accidental. And you're talking about somebody that could swim like a fish. It wasn't accidental. And it's just go listen to episode number 1. That'll kind of clue you in on a lot of it. And we understand tonight that Sharon is in pretty rough sorts. So yeah, we wish her to feel better quick.
Yeah, she's been having some really bad problems.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take a hit to the back of a head with a 2x4 than I would have dental issues.
She's my backbone. She helps us so much.
Yeah. So anyways, this comes on every Thursday night, 9 p.m. And we hope that you will come back next Thursday. If there's a time that we take a week off, and we do that from time to time, we'll try to let you know in advance. And right now they're on Facebook, and they are getting ready to come to the mountainmysteriespodcast.com, which is the website. And eventually they're going to be strictly there. But that's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of getting people used to that. So that's kind of what's going on with that. So until next week, Stace, thanks so much for being a part of this, dear.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
And love you bunches.
Love you too.
And I hope that you guys have a great night. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. And like I said, until next week, we will see you then. And as always, stay mysterious.